Amazing feeling the vehicle come alive underneath you. About 3.5 minutes before the shuttle launches, the huge engine bells go through their gimbaling check, and the whole vehicle sways underneath you like when you climb onto an elephant. If you ever had one of those elephant rides, and it's like this gigantic thing swaying under you. And then 6 seconds before launch in the shuttle, the engines start to light, and the external tank is here and the shuttle's here, so when the engines light, it bends the whole thing. So you can actually feel the whole vehicle sway away from you as the engines light. And then the spring of the metal of the whole structure brings you back to the vertical. It takes about 6 seconds. And in that time, we're checking that the engines that are burning the hydrogen and oxygen are working properly. They get 6 seconds to check everything, assuming it's all working properly. Then the 2 solid rockets up the side light, and when they light, you are going somewhere. Because you have 7 million pounds of thrust. You're burning fuel at 12 tons a second. It's unbelievable the amount of power it takes to lift the shuttle off the ground. By the time you clear the tower, just the guidance tower, you're going 100 miles an hour straight up. And in 45 seconds, you go through the speed of sound, straight up, accelerating. You know, Chuck Yeager just one half a lifetime ago, and the shuttle accelerates straight up, 45 seconds. 70 seconds, it is going higher and faster than the Concorde went. It's Mach 2, 60,000 feet, accelerating straight up in 70 seconds. In 2 minutes, it's above the air. The solid rockets are empty, so they explode off the side in a big flash of light, and you hear the bang, and they explode off, and they fall down, parachutes open, land in the Atlantic. A boat goes out, divers pick them up, they drag them back into the Kennedy Space Center, take them apart, clean them up, fill them up with fuel again, and we use those solids over and over. But meanwhile, we're still strapped to the big gas tank and accelerating away. And it's like a dragster where someone is just progressively pushing harder and harder on the accelerator as you get squished heavier and heavier and heavier into your seat. And about 6 minutes in, we roll right side up. The shuttle was on the bottom, but then we roll right side up because we're so far from Florida that our antennas can't reach Florida anymore. So we roll right side up so our antennas can start talking to the satellites, so we can talk to Houston on the way uphill. We just keep accelerating until we hit 3G. We are accelerating that way at 3 times the force of gravity. It's amazing to watch the speed build as we go up through Mach 19, 20 times the speed of sound, 21 times the speed of sound. And then we actually start throttling back because the structure can't take more than 3.5 G or it'd come apart. So we hold 3G, the engines walk themselves back, and then suddenly at 8 minutes and 42 seconds, you're out of fuel, the engine shut off, and you are instantly weightless. And that's what a launch feels like. It's really fun. I really recommend it. Highly. And I rode the space shuttle twice, and then the Soyuz launch is very similar, but then spent half a year on the space station and did my absolute best to take some pictures and some videos and show everybody what it's like. But what I'd like to do now is maybe spend a few minutes answering questions before we get to signing books. Does anybody have a question they'd like me to ask or answer?